Well, from a search tool for boomers to a digital therapist for Gen Z, in a world of emerging AI, how does each generation use it? Well, your age might shape your perspective more than you think. Millennials are the biggest users, building businesses, crafting parenting guides and helping organise their personal life.
Gen Z treats AI as a bit of a co-pilot tool, using it to write essays, design a new side hustle idea or go viral on TikTok. And meanwhile, baby boomers and Gen X have a healthy scepticism and constantly ask their children and grandchildren for help.
All about it. So you don't have to do that. We've invited on futurist and author Michael McQueen to answer all your questions, so you haven't got to ask your kids about it. So what are different generations actively using AI for? Generative AI.
So if you look at sort of millennials and Gen Z, the main things they're using for content generation, especially if they're studying, so helping them write assignments and essays. Also as a coaching tool. In fact, one of the best ways I've seen this used when I'm working with young leaders is put a prompt into ChatGPT and say, from what you know of me, what are my top 3 professional blind spots? And it's amazing how that just gives you a reflection on maybe things that you need to be working on as a young leader as you're going through the ranks. So really effective.
How does it know you?
Just the amount they're using it, it knows you incredibly well.
Right, so just from what you've been using it in the past for.
Correct.
Right.
The other one's interesting too is technical support. So part of it is technical things like anyone over the age of 40 generationally just knows how to fix stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that generation. Anyone under 40 is like they'll take a photo, put it on ChatGPT. What is this? Why doesn't it work? How do I fix it?
Oh, my God.
But also, even like for coding, it's interesting. So the term you hear a bit more about is vibe coding, where you just literally conversationally say what you want the tech to do, and the AI will write the code that allows that tech to do what it needs to.
We were with the kids last night, 26 years old and 31 years old.
Yep.
And they were trying to explain how they use ChatGPT.
Yep.
And I'm still sitting there, I'm trying to engage, I'm trying to understand it. But is it okay that my generation, the boomers, kind of still don't really get it?
Yeah, there is a sense in which boomers do use it differently. There is a hesitation,
Hesitation,
a nervousness about it, partly because it's so new. Boomers are using AI, and even Gen Xers use it too. Smart homes is a big thing that Gen Xers use AI for. Boomers are using it for fitness and wellness, fitness tracking. So FitChat is one that they're using a lot. But for older generations, it's even being used for things like analysing contracts and legal documents. So the stuff that proper grown-ups have to do, AI can be a real gift in that regard.
So we're told Gen Z are also increasingly using AI to address loneliness.
Yeah.
So what risks are involved with that? Say apps like Replika?
Yes, Replika is huge. So 30 million users. And this is an app that essentially allows you to build a friend or a companion. Your face says it all, Carly. I'm with you, though. It's a strange sort of trend for most of us to get our head around. Why would you do that? But also the impacts of that. Because the thing is, it might feel like it plugs that gap of loneliness, but the reality is having an AI companion isn't the same, because a real relationship requires things like selflessness and sacrifice and compromising, sharing, learning from each other. AI is just there to serve your needs, so it's not a real relationship or companion.
Sounds like the perfect...
a lot easier. Yes.
Just there
Doesn't
to serve
speak
your
back,
needs.
does what you need it to do. What are the biggest mistakes the different generations are making with AI?
I think the first one is for older generations not using it for what it can actually do, using only small amounts of it. So it's all about prompt generation with many of these tools. So when it comes to prompts, knowing what to put in, best thing to do, a bit of a life hack, ask the AI what the prompt should be. And it'll tell you, put in this, it'll give you like 4 or 5 paragraphs to give you the exact response you need. So older generations, that's often the thing. With younger generations, it's becoming over-dependent.
Yeah,
There's a study with MIT recently looking at this in students. So a whole bunch of students who used AI to write essays, their active brain engagement dropped 47% when they were using the AI. And also they couldn't remember afterwards what they had just submitted as their work because they didn't actually write it.
So the thing is, Michael, if everyone's using this to get smarter and right, you're not actually getting ahead of the pack. You're having to use ChatGPT just to stay with the pack.
It is a bit of that,
It's kind of a bit of a leveller. So that's what people use it for business and for getting ahead. But there's also fun sides to it as well. There's this family photo trend at the moment. ChatGPT is where you can create, what your family would look like, right? Yeah, that's a bit of a trend.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
So that actually uses large language models to essentially do predictive analytics, take a couple of photos and say from key things like eye shape or nose shape or complexion, what would it look like if these two people had a child? So it's just a predictive model, and it's often very accurate.
So, Laz, here's the thing. We joke all the time that perhaps we should have a baby for Instagram purposes only. What I did is I took it upon myself to ask ChatGPT to create a family photo of us. Like, if you and I were to have children. And this is what...
Firstly, why is Michael McQueen in the photo?
Why do you look like that?
Well, I think you've got just as many problems, but... OK, I resigned from ChatGPT. Who are those kids?
I've seen other ones do it, and the real people still look like the real people.
You know what I feel like?
Yeah.
I feel like you've just got the trial version of ChatGPT. You didn't actually subscribe. We might need to go next level.
So with my teeth, I look like I'm about to eat that child.
Mate, it is fascinating stuff.
ChatGPT get us so wrong. I've seen other ones where the people look really good.
Yeah, there's all sorts of reasons, but probably it's about the prompt. It's all about the prompt.
Yeah. Well, Kylie got her ChatGPT subscription off Temu.
That'll do everything.
Thank you.
Gee, our future's not looking as good as we thought. Thank you, mate.